I don't know why I'm so tired. Like, I slept relatively okay. Also, I don't know what my hair is doing. Just don't, what? That didn't help. That literally, like, made it worse. Like, okay, like, can we just, like, maybe not? I took a shower, and this is what my hair does when I take a shower. Like, it just, stupid. Hate my hair. Like, literally, it's the worst hair in existence. Like, I remember when I was little and people would be like, oh my god, your hair is so cute. Like, it's so, like, wavy and, like, cute and, like, and I was like, no, it's not. It's frizzy and they're not even, like, I could deal with it if it was curls, like, but it's not even curls. They're waves and they're, like, crooked and they're stupid and they're, like, frizzy and they just. And this is them when they're looking decent. If it's like I brush them and they're not wet, they like turn just into Frismo and like just I hate my hair so much. Well, I can't wait to dye it though, because then I can somewhat appreciate my hair just a little bit, because I hate this color because like it's so brown and boring and like I don't like it. But I also might not even actually dye my hair. Or if I do, because, like, I'm extremely indecisive. So, I think I'm going to follow one of my friend's advice, because she gave me, like, because I was telling her, like, I was like, wait, this one, or this one, and this one, or this one, or this one, or this one. And it was, like, 5 completely different colors. And she was like, okay, girl, like, you're so indecisive. You should just get wigs. And I was like, you know what? You're right. Like, I should. Like, they're so much easier. And, like I can like make my hair longer as well, and just like I don't know, like wigs sound better. But also I want to be extremely careful with the kind of wigs that I get, which means they're probably going to be extremely ridiculously expensive, because like wigs are creepy. Like you don't know where the hair is coming from. Like sometimes the hair is not even real, and if it is real, like sometimes it's like stolen hair, and like from like third world countries that like people just like rob off of other people, and like it's insane, especially now with like the industry like broadening so much because of celebrities and other YouTubers being like, look at me and my weave and like my extensions and stuff. So like the industry is rising, and with it the cheats and like the bad wigs and slash extensions that like you don't exactly know where they're coming from are rising as well, and like that's disturbing. So like if I did do wigs or God forbid extensions, like I would be extremely careful which ones I would get and which companies I would get it from, because like you never know. um like I've heard some really crazy stories. Like there's this video on like I think it's called Refinery 29. This is a YouTube channel that has like a lot of, it's almost like journalism kind of. They kind of just like go to like different places and like go and get the deep scoop on like what is actually happening with something that like doesn't appear to be that bad, but it actually is really nasty business or something. And one of their videos was on hair extensions and like wigs and stuff, and like they like interviewed people from like China and like India and stuff, I think, or Taiwan, and like the people are like so ripped off because they're so like impoverished and they need to support their family, and like women who like are mothers or whatever or sisters, like they grow out their hair and then they like have it like butchered, and then all they get back by selling their hair is like $2, and like who knows what they do with that hair. Like it's just crazy. And that's not even talking about like when people actually legitimately like steal someone's hair, and like, or when people like make hair out of like poor animals' hair and like killing animals for their hair, and like just like mixing it with like plastic and like burning it into like thin little strands and then making wigs out of that. Like it's disgusting and such a gross like nasty business that like people don't really think about. They just kind of think, oh, it's on trend, like I'm gonna wear a wig or whatever because it's on trend, or I'm gonna wear extensions because they're on trend and they look nice and blah blah blah. My blank favorite celebrity like loves wearing them, or my blank favorite YouTuber loves wearing them. But like you don't think about like what happens to get that wig to you, and like what was done to make that wig. because it's it's like, I don't know. But then also, like, at the same time, you could talk about like how hypocritical that is, because like a lot of people buy stuff from like online stores, and they're like made in factories like around the world. They're like run by like children, and like that's are people who are severely underpaid, and like just no. And then what else is there to talk about that like people don't really think about that much? Oh, meat. Although people do think about it more because the vegans are like hardcore, like fucking talking about it so much. But then also at the same time, like they go excessive, and then people don't want to listen to you if you're like too pushy, which the vegans don't know when to stop. Like they really don't. Like occasionally you'll meet a vegan who's like actually really sweet and nice, and like they don't push it, which is extremely rare. Like the vegans are the new Mormons. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like just okay. Yeah, like just yeah. Supposedly the my grandma's talking about how she like hired a plumber dude to come over today to fix our sink, because our sink, the faucet is like leaking, and it's less than leaking, it's more like there's like literally a hole in the faucet. Like I don't know how, and I don't know when that happened. I think it was like a few months ago, but like there's a hole in our faucet, and like it sprays like how can I describe it? Like it sprays like you know, like when whales, or like, yeah, when whales like they like spout water, like that's what it's like, but it's like smaller and it sprays harder from the faucet, because like there's a hole in it. I don't know how the hole got there. Like that's just weird, isn't it? Like I've never heard of someone having a hole in their faucet before. I've heard of leaking, but like a hole, what? And like just okay, it's weird. But anyways, so that's a problem that my grandma and I are trying to like fix. And I've talked about to my Uncle Mike about it and been like, can you maybe like have some time to fix it? And he's kind of like, yeah, sure. And I was like, in other words, that means you're going to procrastinate and forget about it and not do it. Because fortunately, he and my dad both do that, where they say they're going to do something and then they completely forget about it. And then months later, they're like, oh yeah, I should probably do that thing. It's annoying. Yeah, they take procrastinating to a whole another level. Anyways, I shouldn't even talk. I'm like such a procrastinator myself. Like, ugh. I can't get over myself yesterday though, because when I was doing the nightly talks, I was talking about being able to fix the sink faucet myself, and then I was like explaining how I would do it, and it's like, it was so stupid. Like I was like half asleep and wasn't really thinking properly, so I didn't even like know. Like literally, like half the stuff that I explained was like completely like made up, and like just like, okay, sweetie, like you need to like, what? It wasn't made up. It was just like stuff that I kind of thought I knew, but like kind of already knew that it wasn't actually like the thing that you properly did it, and like it was just kind of like stupid. But I was tired, okay? And then so yeah, we have a hired person to like come and help with the faucet, supposedly. But the reason that I say supposedly is because I didn't even know about this said person until my grandma told me, and she didn't even tell me. I had to ask her about it. Because I got suspicious, because like our sink, like the cabinets under the sink, they kept being emptied out, and I was like, and she had all of the cleaning supplies that are under the sink like just sitting in the middle of the kitchen floor, and I was like, okay, that's kind of an issue, because like it's in my way when I'm trying to do shit in the kitchen. And so I told her this, and I was like, yo, like what are they doing here? And she was like, oh, I'm clearing it out because the plumber dude is coming. And I was like, okay, when is he coming? And this was yesterday. And she's like, oh yeah, tomorrow afternoon. And I was like, when were you gonna tell me this? And she was like, I don't know. And I was like, don't you think it's kind of important that I needed to know? And she's like, nope. And I was like, okay. Right. So that happened. I didn't blow up on her, but I was like damn near close. I was like irritated about it, okay? Like I'm not gonna lie. But So, supposedly he's coming, but I have no information about him. All I had heard from her was he's coming in the afternoon, which is extremely vague, okay? And then, like, just extremely vague. I don't know what company he works for, like, who, like, what his name is, like, what exactly he's gonna do. Like, it kind of seemed, like, very, like, extremely vague. Like, maybe my grandma made this up kind of vague. So, like, I don't know if he's actually coming, or if my grandma made it up and lied about it, or if she imagined having this conversation with someone. I don't know. Just, I don't know, okay? Like, it's very frustrating, okay? So yeah, I don't know if this dude is actually coming, or if this dude even actually exists, but, or if he's coming today, or if he's, like, not coming today, or if he's, like, coming some other day, but my grandma mistook it as today, but she's not going to admit that, of course. So, it's great. Like, it's great. I just, like, it's frustrating having to deal with someone who's, like, in such denial about their dementia that they're lying to you, and you don't know whether they're telling the truth, lying, or just confused in general, or all of the fucking above. Or, yeah, just... But I mean, I get it. I'm, like, trying to understand her, but, like, again, I'm not 90-something years old with dementia. Like, there's only so much that I can sympathize with and be, like, relatable with. So, I mean, I'm trying, and I'm trying to be careful and, like, nice, but, like, it's frustrating when you're a teenager with, like, hormones and, like, mood swings, and, like, also trying to take care of someone else, but not let them know that you're taking care of them. But it's, like, whatever, it's fine. Like, we'll get over it, like, we'll move on, like, it's okay, I guess. Yeah, I just have to keep doing this for a year, and then she's finally going into a home. And, like, I get why people don't like homes, because, like, they kind of feel like you're just kind of like, oh, I can't take care of her, I'm just gonna dump her off into a home. Which, I mean, sometimes people do, and that's really fucked up. But other times, it's like, you really cannot, like, give them the care that they need and the attention that they need 24/7. So, like, you need to give them to someone who can, and who, like, where it's their job to take care of people who can't help themselves, and you can't be around them and be their caretaker 24/7. And so, like, that's why. It's not because, like, I'm upset with my grandma and I want her gone. Like, it's because, like, I, like, really can't take care of her. Like, it's not my job, and it's theirs, and so, yeah. Plus, I know they'll take care of her. I know she'll be comfortable, and I know she'll be more happy there than she would be with me, because she hates me, so. Or maybe she doesn't hate me. She's just, like, so lost in her own mind and reflection, or reflecting her own frustrations about herself onto me, that she just decides that she doesn't like me. And any love that I had from my childhood with her is basically non-existent now, so that's great. But yeah, and I have no doubt that when we send her there, she's probably not going to talk to us for, like, at least a year. She's the type that holds grudges. Like, I don't know if you heard that, but they were, like, screaming, what are they called? Homeless person. Like, because we live kind of in the city, and, like, it's not the greatest, like, part of town. Like, I mean, it's not, like, really, really bad, but it's not, like, the best, okay? And sometimes they're homeless, and they just love to, like, stand outside and, like, mess around outside of our complex for some reason, and that they just, sometimes they scream. So, yeah, okay, anyways, what was I saying? I don't remember what I was saying. I do not remember what I was talking about. Oh, an example of my grandma holding a grudge for, like, way too long that she's still holding is with her sister. Her sister like, I don't remember exactly, but for some reason, like, they went, like, her and her two sisters, one of them lives in America, like, my grandma, but then the other one lives in Japan, and they all, like, got together and, like, hung out in Hawaii, and, like, were having a good-ass time or whatever, and then all of a sudden, like, one of her sisters, like, the one who lives in America with her, decided to hang out with one of her friends in Hawaii and, like, completely forsake spending time with them for the rest of, like, the 2 weeks that they were on vacation with her and my grandma and her sister. And so obviously my grandma and her sister were upset, and so they, like, basically hold a grudge against her so for that, and, like, refused to talk to her. And it's been like 4 or 5 years since then, and they still haven't talked to each other. Like, just an example of how long my grandma can hold a grudge, okay? Like, just putting it into perspective here, okay? Like, people, like, don't seem to understand sometimes the level of stubborn ridiculousness that my grandma is. Like, just even when she was of sound mind. Like, it's just... sweetie, like, you just... But, like, it's fine. Like, it's okay. Like, they specialize in this, they're fine. Like, she's gonna be happy somewhat there. Eventually, she will be. She may forever hate us, but that's okay, because she'll be better. In a happier place and, like, whatever. So, yeah, okay. Another good reason that it's, like, a year until, like, she can be put into the home is we have enough time to prep her. And then we also have enough time to prep my dad and finally get him to get over himself. And then he can, like, he'll be over here by then. Like, in a year, he'll be here because it'll be, like, yeah, it'll be past December, so he'll be here, and so we can, like, prep him and talk to him more about it, and, like, have him, like, be around grandma more to realize it. And then, yeah, and then realize it, and then, like, just maybe, like, have more input in, like, where my grandma's going and, like, how she's gonna be treated or whatever. But, like, again, like, it's already kind of been decided. He's just gonna be, like, the supporter. Or if he's still in denial, then the one who's, like, trying to stop it, but he obviously can't stop something that's uncontrollable. Like, yeah. So, yeah, that's been on my mind lately because I feel like my grandma's getting worse. But I don't think she's getting that worse. It's just, it feels worse because lately she's been doing a lot better because she's had her friends, and she's had my Uncle Mike who came, like, who, like, she was still in, like, the thrill of, like, oh my god, new person, new family member. But she's not that way anymore. Well, she is when he's in the house, but then the minute he's gone, she's still upset, and, like, it's like dealing with her, like, just, ugh. And then, like, when Lisa, my cousin, was here as well, like, she was better. But now that whole month is gone, or the last 2 months are over, like, she's just, like, faded back into being as bad as she was earlier, or even worse. I can't really tell anymore, but, like, and she's still in denial and refuses to accept it, so, like, I have to, like, skirt around it and be like, yeah, grandma, like, it's totally rational to, like, just hire a plumber without telling me anything about it, and just, like, doing things in silence, and just, like, not telling anyone about your fucking plans. Like, that's great. Like, that's totally rational. Like, just, how am I supposed to, like, shelter her and, like, prevent her from doing, like, stupid shit like this if she doesn't tell me anything? Just, ugh. And I think on some level she thinks that, like, I'm, like, I don't know, but for some reason she's getting more paranoid too, and, like, is, like, just, like, doesn't trust Mike and I, and it's really weird, and, like, I don't understand why. She's, like, lying to us and being all paranoid and thinking that we, like, do stuff that we haven't done, and, like, it's just odd, and, like, it's just even more difficult to deal with that as well. I'm like, I don't understand. Like, I don't understand how to, like, work around that. Because I did some research. I was like, how to, like, help people with dementia, and, like, how to, like, encourage people with dementia to eat their food, and how to, like, do this and that. Okay, so, and I moved to the bathroom because my grandma, like, just burst into my room and was, like, putting up clothes and just, well, just another thing, like, I want to do more stuff, like, for her, but she won't let me, like, I remember she wouldn't even let me cook at one point, but now she's okay with me cooking, but then sometimes she still refuses to eat the food that I cook for her, and then she won't let me do my own laundry or her laundry because she thinks that makes her more independent, so she doesn't let me do her laundry or anybody's laundry, like, she doesn't let me do laundry, and, like, I so used to doing laundry that it's weird, and, like, but anyways, I've tried like looking up stuff to like help with dementia, but like it's so frustratingly vague that it doesn't help. And it doesn't really apply to her because no one gives you pointers on how to help someone who's really stubborn and in denial of dementia and also Japanese. Like there's no fucking manual for that, okay? Like I just don't know what to do sometimes. I'm like it's very frustrating. Um I actually have the phone number of the lady who's like the like head caretaker at that place that we go to, and she said to call her if I needed help with anything. Um, and I might, but like I don't know. Like, is it weird to call someone who's like you don't really know that well, but like asked you like said that you could call them if you needed help, and like she's like the perfect person to call because she knows how to deal with this. She runs a Japanese like senior home. Like she knows how to handle it. So I want to ask her and like take notes and pointers on like stuff. But like I'm scared because like what if she's like, oh I'm sorry, like I can't help you because like the phone's ringing. Because like you're a child and like I can't help you because like I'm a professional and like this is weird and like we're not friends. And so like I don't know, but she said I could call her, so like should I or like should I just like, you know, continue researching and like finding more vague stuff? And I think the plumber dude might be here. I think that's who she's talking to. Um but yeah, okay, anyways. Guess we should end the video now. Okay, bye.